Okay, welcome everyone to our Global Courtyard dedication ceremony. I'm Bai-Lian Li, Senior Vice Provost for Global Engagement. Welcome to the Global Courtyard, which not long ago was a messy and rough space between the Promise Hall and the Tompkins Hall. Okay, and now you can see, now you're witness the transformational change, transformed into a popular gathering place for student study, global engagement activity, and for faculty, staff, and all our students. So we would like to celebrate our global diversity by dedicating this space as a global courtyard. When our office moved to Promise Hall in 2017, we envisioned how much potential this outdoor space can provide for cultural exchange, student learning, and global activity on campus. With the support of Provost Auden and Senior Vice Provost Dwayne Larrick, and many other people in the office of Provost, we work with many offices, also College of Design, to bring this idea to reality. Now here you are in this global courtyard. Most importantly, I want to emphasize, we engage a group of 22 master students during the fall semester of 2018, many of whom were international students in the Department of Landscape Architecture in the College of Design, led by Professor Andy Fox, Benjamin Nunn, and Travis Klondike. Three professors lead 22 master students. Together, they spent a whole semester studying the space and propose a project design. So we want to thank this group of students, our faculty in the College of Design. The final project was supported, coordinated by the Facility Division of the University Architecture, Capital Project Management, and Landscape Design Services. I want a special thanks to David Josephis, Mike Dalula, Ricky Hilbert, and Chris Faulkner. So many people involved in this big project with CGF construction also. Together with our Dave Hawley, who is in charge there, being actively engaged with a multiple group coordinate for the completion of this global courtyard. So thank you, David. So this truly embodies our think and do globally spirit on campus. Of course, we also have a special thanks to the College of Design alumnus, Heath Stettel, who is here, who generously donated this dream of flight art installation to complete this global courtyard. So this sculpture truly complete our global courtyard. Mr. Stettel is here with us. He's going to speak to us shortly. Overall, bring this project to life was a truly interdisciplinary effort. We are so honored to have this space here to showcase our global engagement on campus. Again, I would like to thank everyone who engaged, from our dean all the way to staff, to the facility, to all the people, construction facility people. So as this space was primarily designed for students in mind, I would like to introduce our student speaker, Camille Goldrow. Camille is actually a junior in study communication and sociology, is also one of our global ambassador on campus. So we'd like her to tell you the possible use of global courtyard from a student perspective. Camille?
Thank you, Dr. Lee. Hi everyone, my name is Kimia. As Dr. Lee mentioned, I'm a junior here majoring in sociology and communication, and I'm here to give you my personal student interpretation on this wonderful new space and global engagement on campus. For the past nearly 2 years, this space has been used by students and faculty for a number of reasons, perhaps just to get some homework done, eat lunch with friends, or celebrate a milestone like the retirement of Ingrid Schmidt after 33 years of service at NC State. But the space's significance is much more than that. It was made in the hopes that it would inspire students, both domestic and international, to engage in global learning. It celebrates the global diversity we have here on campus and reminds us that we can all be global citizens from right here in Raleigh. It is the first space on our campus that truly embodies NC State Global and the multicultural community we have. You may not know this, but NC State actually has the largest international student population at any North Carolina university. Similarly, NC State also has the largest number of in-state students at any North Carolina university. Both of these statistics contribute to the fact that we have a very unique opportunity here to learn from each other, not just in the Global Courtyard, but through the dozens of events we host each year that facilitate global learning. For example, we have Global Nights on campus hosted by our global ambassadors that celebrate different holidays from various cultural backgrounds. We host events like Global Tea and Coffee that actually happened just last week, where students shared a yummy piece of their culture with the community in Fountain Dining Hall. And we even showcase international films at Witherspoon Cinema through our global film series. All of these events are places where we can fully embrace and appreciate our differences through common interests, whether holidays, foods, or movies. But most importantly, at the same time, we are all learning more about each other and creating empathy and a sense of global community. So why is it even important to be globally engaged? Well, have you ever had a friend come back from studying abroad and tell you that it was the most life-changing experience of their life? Well, there's a reason why that is, and why it's so commonly said. Because placing yourself in an environment out of your comfort zone will only push you to think outside of what you know and are accustomed to. It does, in fact, change your frame of mind and allows you to break down stereotypes and social barriers. It is essential to think with the mindset of a global citizen in order to develop cultural awareness and to better prepare yourself to thrive in our increasingly interconnected global community. It is a deep and enriching experience to travel, but we can also receive all of those benefits from right here through our global programs. We encourage all students here at NC State to get engaged both on campus and abroad so they can all benefit from these life-changing experiences, and encourage them to continue their global learning beyond their time here. The Global Courtyard is the first step of our campus, acknowledging cultural diversity on a permanent, physical space on campus, and we hope that all students and the rest of the community enjoys it and takes advantage of it to expand their global perspectives. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to welcome Mr. Heath Sato, the artist behind the art. Heath Sato graduated from the College of Design at NC State with honors in 1991, where he had focused on sculpture. Working with a local architecture and sculpture firm during school, and eventually heading the sculpture studio, he began his own practice around 1994 and has been a full-time artist ever since. Focusing almost exclusively on public art projects, he has created sculpture installations around the world, from Korea to Dubai to Alaska, including the creation of the Dream of Flight sculptures you see behind me. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Heath Sato.
Thanks, Kimia. Wow, got a good crowd here today. Thanks for everybody being here. These sculptures were not supposed to be here. Bear with me for a minute while I backtrack a little bit, and I want you to understand what these pieces mean to me, and in doing so, I hope they'll mean maybe a little bit more to you. Sorry, my father passed a year ago, and so much of what I am as an artist today I got from him, so I might get a little emotional here. Bear with me. I was diagnosed with ADHD as a kid, and though it made me a nightmare for my parents, bless your heart, Mom, I love you. I discovered an outlet early on, and that was drawing. It was really the only thing that quieted my brain down to a manageable level. So I sketched my way through every class. It got me in trouble a lot. It was honestly the only way I could focus in school. I loved math and geometry and building things with my hands, so when I looked at college programs, I was torn between engineering and design. I got accepted into both programs here at NCSU, but after visiting the College of Design here, or as I knew it, School of Design then, I finally felt like I was among my people. Like, being a little bit neurodiverse seemed like an asset here. After the first year, I chose my career path, graphic design. I quickly learned that graphic design was, in fact, not my calling. It just wasn't my thing. I panicked a little. I took Dana Raymond's sculpture studio after that. Why, I'm not exactly sure, but I enjoyed the class, and we were told to make a sculpture that invoked a very emotional topic. And that's sort of when it all came together for me. I made a teddy bear out of barbed wire with a music box altered to sound off key. And when I presented it and cranked the key on the music box, one of the other students ran out of the room crying. Now, my goal these days is not usually to make people cry with my art, but the power of reaching people on that emotional level sticks with me to this day. So, why is this particular sculpture so meaningful to me? These were my first big public art project, really. That one that was 100% my idea. I was just really getting started as an independent artist. I miraculously got shortlisted against two other much more established artists than I for this project at RDU. I wanted the project more than anything. I worked nonstop for over a month on the design, and I won, thankfully, because otherwise that would have been a lot of wasted investment. When I first imagined these sculptures back around 2000, they and the globe pattern you see replicated here, they were, sorry, I lost my place here. This is why you put your finger on the page. The globe pattern you see here, they were site specific for the airport, and I titled the installation Dream of Flight. The concept was for these abstract human figures, grounded to the earth, looking up with wonder, arms raised to the sky, wanting to be up there among the clouds. Shortly after getting that project, I moved to Los Angeles and I completed the work there. Some of the people here today helped me install the work at RDU. Dan, Matt, Mom, my dad, my brother. Got a lot of hands involved. And I can't thank my fellow alum Matt McConnell enough for his help in making that happen. He really smoothed over that whole installation really well. The art lived at the airport for about 15 years or so, and due to changes how the space is being used by a new tenant, the work was scheduled to be removed. I was given about 45 days to decide their fate, find a new home. I was devastated. This was, this work represented the launch of my career. These were a part of me. They sprung from my head, and I was incredibly proud of this work of art. So I was terrified these would be just thrown into the recycling bin. I frantically posted on social media that I needed a new home for these sculptures, and fast. Carol Nix had some ideas. And it was really awesome because she was a person that really helped get my career off the ground back when I first started. Your support's meant the world to me, Carol. I really appreciate it. So how perfect is it that these pieces, my first major work of public art, came home to where I was taught the building blocks of my career? Today, I'm in awe of the amazing work put in, everyone involved in this global Courtyard project. I can't thank you enough for caring about this work, rehoming it in this beautiful space you've designed and built. With a new location, though, art can have new meaning. So to me, this work now has become a call for us to embrace and accept different talents, ideas, and life paths that every person brings to the table, to be open to all the varied experiences every individual has to offer, and to move beyond what is now possible to dream about what we can make possible. Thanks. It's my pleasure to welcome our final speaker, Dr. Dwayne Lyric, Senior Vice Provost for Academic Strategy and Resource Management, that's a mouthful, and Chief of Staff in the Office of the Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. Dr. Lyric played a crucial role in the development of the Global Courtyard and actively participated from its inception, and we're thankful for his support.
Well, it's always a challenge to go last, especially a challenge after that wonderful presentation, and I just do appreciate so much the additional understanding of the significance of the sculpture. Obviously, it's a beautiful piece, and it adds so much to this courtyard, but to have that personal perspective of what it means to you and now what it means to us makes it, I think, special forever for us here at NC State. We're not going to call you up and ask you to come get it back. We wouldn't let you take it back, I promise you. So thanks for inviting me today. I'm just happy to be here representing the Office of the Provost. Especially happy because I did have a role to play in getting this done. I've walked this campus now for over 37 years. And every time I walk past this place, you know, it was not living up to its potential. It just was not. It was just mud and a few trees and a terrible looking bank, and you remember it all. And so, you know, there was some vision here to try to make something that, after we moved the Office of Globalization into Primrose Hall, to make something that could represent our interests and our goals with international programs and growing international perspective on our campus, but also serve as a place for community. And I love every day when I go by here at lunchtime, I see students and staff and everybody sitting here using this space now in such a meaningful way. We define interdisciplinarity in our office as working across boundaries, and that is what happened. Leanne mentioned the groups involved. I won't repeat everybody, but it was a university effort, all the way from people in the architect's office and facilities and the craft center, along with the College of Design. And it was great working with students to get their perspective on what this place could be. I think that added so much to this effort, especially from the perspective of the Provost Office, because that's what we do. It was mentioned that diversity is important to us. It was a primary goal of our last strategic plan. It's goal number 7, elevate the national and global reputation and visibility of NC State. It is goal number 7 of our current plan, Wolfpack 2030, empowering the extraordinary. One big effort that the Office of Global Engagement has in that area is global learning for all. And it ties back to this space because one of the goals is to expand the focus of the Office of Global Engagement, or of the office, is to establish a wider variety of accessible programs, primarily by providing online and virtual global learning, but also to provide gatherings. And this gives them a gathering space to do that. So we're really working hard on trying to help expand the cultural awareness of our students who don't get that chance to go do study abroad, you know, and how do we make sure that all of the students on this campus leave NC State with that. And we certainly hope in the future this space is going to be instrumental in making that happen. We just, you know, have a strong commitment to, you know, internationalization and global perspective for our students, our faculty, and our staff, and I'm convinced that this place is going to help us do that. So I'm the last speaker. I'm not going to take any more of your time. There is a reception set up for you. I would just give you the opportunity to take a look at the space and think about, again, what it was and what it is today, how it beautifies our perspective from Hillsborough Street into campus, which is every bit as important to us as our perspective, you know, of NC State employees, our perspective from here out. But we really wanted to work hard on the perspective from there in, and I think that everybody involved in this did an unbelievable job. You wouldn't believe how many conversations there were about how big this circle had to be in order to protect the roots of that wonderful tree, and just all the thought that goes into making something like this happen. So I applaud all of you that has something to do with it, and thank you for doing it. So thank you all.